Hey, everybody.
Hello. We're still wearing the same thing.
Oh, we didn't switch.
Yeah, we just decided to make 2 videos tonight. So here we are.
Usually I try to be sneaky and I change shirts, but
Oh, well.
now you know.
That's
Secret
fine.
is out.
We're just trying to make 2 videos on our off time. So what's today's video?
Today is books that didn't live up to their hype for us. So we don't like talking bad about books. So these are just books that we either did not finish or we just couldn't get into like everybody else.
I did finish them all.
I did not finish.
But we'll just talk about them as we go.
Yes, there's only one that I did not finish.
Okay.
All right, so first up is Dividing Eden. This is by Joelle Charbonneau. Charbonneau?
First of all, it was a beautiful book, and
This
I'm
is
glad
really
I bought
pretty.
it.
This was a book club book. So a couple years ago, we had a book club, and this was one of the books.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy about it.
Well, you hand me a little piece of tissue. Like we don't want people to see that my tissue is a roll of toilet paper,
Oh,
Nikki.
sorry. So
Allergies.
we start by following a couple of twins, and they are,
I don't even remember it,
yeah,
but I remember that it wasn't that great.
their older brother So their older brother is next in line to inherit the crown. But
Who
then
better to
assassins
find your
come.
weakness than the one who shares your blood? Yeah, they're twins.
Yeah, well, the older brother was supposed to, and now the twins are going to be taking the seat or something, the heir of the throne or something. I don't know. Like I said,
Look, I don't know.
I didn't finish it. I couldn't get into it. I remember I was really bored with it.
I want to say there's 2 books in the series. Like
There is.
I did finish the whole book, and I don't remember what I rated it. I don't remember hating it, but it really wasn't that great. And when the second one came out, I just didn't even buy it.
Didn't
And
try,
it's
yeah.
pretty too.
is
Like it's
really
a pretty
pretty.
book.
I think there's like pinks and like, I think they're brighter colors on the second one, if I
got
remember
nothing.
correctly.
I don't know. But I don't regret buying it just because it's beautiful and it's in my library.
Like, I love books like this. I love the whole like heir taking over, assassins, you know.
Twins.
That stuff, that's like right up my alley. And the like back of the book, it really says, like it really does kind of sneak you in. Like 2 siblings, 1 crown, a battle that neither can win. Like, that pulls me in.
It had all the potential.
It had all of it.
Oh, was this your pick? Was this your pick? Who picked this?
I don't remember who picked it. I didn't
think
pick
you
this
picked
one.
it.
I picked
Oh.
the Diabolic.
Oh, okay. All right.
Maybe I did pick it. Who knows?
Who knows? It's pretty though.
Dividing Eden.
Not that great.
Not that great.
So the first book I'm going to talk about not living up to the hype. I only brought out the first book, but the first book actually was really good. And I'm going to talk about Divergent. So Divergent by Veronica Roth. The first book was amazing. I loved it. That's where it should have stayed. What happened? The rest of the, and this may get me some haters, but the first book was a 5-star book for me. Second book, Third book, what the hell are you just pulling shit out of space? Like, stop it already. So I really wish she would have just stopped. And this is I have the original covers and the movie cover, but of just the first book. The first book was great.
It really came out in 2014, the movie did? Man, that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. So, didn't live up to its hype on the second and the third. The first one totally lived up to its hype, and you're going to do the same kind of situation with your next book. First one, amazing. Stop there. Like, it's fine. Just stop. Use your imagination. Let it go.
Does it end on a cliffhanger?
I don't think that it did.
Like, can they physically stop there?
Yeah, stop. Do yourself a favor.
So
I don't remember.
have not read these books, and I have not seen the movie.
Oh, you haven't?
Mm-mm. I can't watch the movie before I watch a book because I don't like them putting things in my head.
Yeah.
I like to picture it.
Well, read
so
the
I haven't
first
done
book.
either of them.
Don't read anymore. Stop at the first one. Really great though, and the ideas she has with the different factions. So this one follows, once you reach a certain age, you have to pick a faction that you want to belong to. There's like Candor, the truth tellers, and this is a post-apocalyptic. So Like the new world has 5 different factions. You're raised in your simple home with your family, well, depending on what faction you belong to. And you reach a certain age, you pick which faction you want to go into. And I think there's 5. She picks, is it Valor? So she would essentially be like the law. She's going into, which is really weird because her family, and she was raised as like, I don't even remember all of them, the most modest. She was raised in a modest household. They didn't even have mirrors in the house, like, because that's what her family was. And then you're raised in whatever your parents are, and then once you reach a certain age, you pick. And so she went for it. And it was great. It was great. Stop at 1.
Stop at 1. All right, this next one, also stop at 1. The Diabolic. This is by S.J. Kincaid.
It's a beautiful book, too.
This was an amazing book, guys.
Was this a space story? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's like a sci-fi, but it's like post-apocalyptic as well.
I do like sci-fi. Oh, I love it.
See, and I hate sci-fi.
I know, but how funny you say you hate sci-fi, but you have loved every sci-fi book you have read.
Not every single one.
Oh, but you have.
No,
Lunar Chronicles,
Loved it.
Zero Repeat Forever,
Loved it.
Diabolic.
Just the first one. Oh, that one with the little Asian girl running around. She was a little badass. It was a book club book, too.
Oh, yes!
I love that one, too.
Yeah. Says the girl who hates sci-fi. She has loved every sci-fi book that she's read.
So the second book is called Nemesis. And, yeah, this one does leave on a cliffhanger, though. But I just couldn't. I don't know what it was about the second one. I was like, what is this?
Actually, I didn't care enough to read the second one. I'm just going to say, like, this one was okay.
I really did like this one.
Yeah.
So it says, a diabolic is ruthless. A diabolic is powerful. A diabolic has a single task, kill. In order to protect the person that you've been created for, nothing else.
Oh, so like a bodyguard. Look, I can't even remember. Oh, yeah.
So,
my memory is horrible.
First one is good. Leave it there.
My memory is horrible, guys. All right, I'm definitely going to get some daggers for the next one that I'm going to say. And I have read all of them except for Warstorm. But hello, why is this book so popular?
I cannot partake in this conversation because I loved this series so much.
So I liked it. It was okay. I mean,
I loved it so much. Like, I wanted to name my children after these characters.
She did. She loved it. She loved it so much. And I'm just like, what is this about? Like, I had to force myself to read them. I did. This was back when I wasn't giving myself permission to stop reading books.
Like, I have tattoos picked out for this series.
Yeah. Me, I don't think it's that great. It doesn't have a lot. It's too flimsy.
It's too flimsy?
It's too flimsy for me.
You just described this as flimsy?
It's like bologna.
It's not even real meat.
I like bologna. It's fine. Yeah, it's not a real meat.
Oh my God, I cannot even...
It's okay.
Guys, this has nothing to do with me, okay?
No, she loves this. She tends to start all these books. I read them all except for Warstorm.
I haven't read Warstorm.
So I didn't think the books were that great. And then when I met the author, I didn't think she was that great. And she was beautiful. God, when we got there, I was like, oh my God, she's so beautiful.
She just got married in Paris.
Did she?
Or maybe she had her honeymoon in Paris. Something in Paris, but she just got married.
She was not that cool in person, guys. I'm just going to say it. She wasn't that cool in person. First of all, she went to a Barnes & Noble, and it's the first time I've ever been to an author event where they had security.
Yeah, that was weird.
I'm looking around like...
They had their own Diabolics. It was weird.
I was looking around like...
Like, why are there police here for a bunch of us nerds?
Us book nerds, like... And they wouldn't let more than 100 people in the building, so...
She was with Rebecca Ross. And Rebecca Ross is so sweet, so nice. She interacted really well. And Victoria Aveyard just didn't interact very well with them.
And I wanted to get a signed copy of Warstorm for my daughter-in-law. And I get this part. Victoria Aveyard was like, I'm only going to sign one book that I have.
Per-
One
yeah.
book per series or whatever. She said.
Holly Black said that same thing though and signed all of them.
Well,
like
because,
all like 7 of them.
Because and I took all my books to have Victoria Aveyard sign, and I bought 2 copies of Warstorm, and I had to ask, and I couldn't ask Victoria. I had to ask a Barnes and Noble staff who had to go back and talk to Victoria to ask permission for me to not get one of my books signed and have her sign 2 Warstorms for me. So she signed one of my books Nikki didn't have, so I gave it to her to sign, and so one of my books says to Nikki because she wouldn't do it. And I get that part. I do get it. First of all, there wasn't that many people there because they put a limit on it, so that was weird that like you weren't going to be there for 5 hours. 2, no one was allowed to touch her or get behind the table to take pictures. You had to stand awkwardly in front of this big table.
And our pictures are so awkward.
They are. We're just standing in front like, hey, here we are.
Our pictures with
there
Holly
she
Black
is.
look like we're like all family. We're at like a Thanksgiving with Holly Black.
It's the first bad experience I've ever had meeting
With
an author.
yeah.
And she wasn't even that popular when we went to see her. And so that was another part that I couldn't understand. Like, she's acting like she's Stephen King, and nobody
like
can
a
touch her.
Kardashian
Yeah, like
something.
probably more like a Kardashian. Yeah.
Stephen King seems like he's pretty chill.
And poor Rebecca Ross, like I could tell the
She
vibes.
was so sweet.
She wasn't feeling the vibes because she was so sweet, so nice, and she was just like there. And she was also really beautiful, and but she was beautiful and humble. You could tell.
Yeah.
So Rebecca Ross, beautiful, humble. Victoria Aveyard. But to be fair, I do think that meeting her did mess with my opinion of the later books, but not this. I still didn't really like it that great. Maybe she picked up on my vibe. I don't know.
Well, she didn't pick up on mine because I loved the book.
Yeah,
remember?
you did. It was just super weird. I just never.
It was a negative. Yeah.
And we drove
yeah.
a lot of hours.
It was like 3, I think.
To see her. We had to pre-buy tickets because it was a limited amount of people that could go. Didn't we? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had to call.
This was
because I called in advance.
The negative experience we've ever had with an author was this one.
Yeah, and we've met quite a few authors. So, book's not that great, girl. Okay.
I still like it.
And she loves it though. She's gonna get a tattoo. But
I don't know.
Even if I did like it,
it's bumped up now.
Even if I did like it, after having met her, because I haven't even read Warstorm. That's the book. I read them all up to Warstorm, and then my experience with her at that signing, I was like, I'm not even going to read the book. So she's probably laughing if she ever sees this. You bought it anyway.
I still made that money.
I still made that money on you. Yeah, you did, girl. Okay, but you won't again.
Yeah,
okay?
you did, girl.
I'm done. But Nikki loves you.
I love the books.
She loves the books.
I love Mare and
Maven. Fucking.
Oh, I know. I remember his name. I just didn't want to say it on national television. That I still love him.
Well, we know how you roll. Maven. Talk about a slap in the face.
If I ever have another son and I named it, could you imagine Tyler and Maven? Tyler, Maven. He would be like the worst child ever.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Now I'm going to be like Tyler Cassian.
Cassian, please don't do that.
Adriel,
please don't name your children after those hunks of burning love.
Hunks. Aunt Kelly didn't mean that.
I'm just a hunk of burning. Okay, I'm done. Don't name your children after them, please, for the sake of all.
I do have plants named after them.
Don't name anybody that comes out of the birthing canal those names. What you can do is change your name at 35, at 30.
You know how many people have kids named Rise Now or Cassian? Like, if you go look on that page, there's a ton of them.
I wish that they would not name their children that, and then when they turn 30, went and had their names changed to that.
Tyler's named after the werewolf in Vampire Diaries.
But I didn't even like him, so
I didn't.
It was fine. I mean, I liked him, but not like, liked him.
Travis wouldn't let me name him Damon.
It's probably best! It's best. God, I gotta take this microphone off. I'm so sorry. I'm so loud.
I forgot it was here. All right, guys. That was books that did not live up to their hype.
Which, really, there aren't that many.
Yeah, we kind of searched for some of these. So
yeah, because I really like a lot of books. And another thing is, honestly, we just kind of live in our own little world. Like, half the time, like, people have to tell us about books. I don't know. We just live in our own worlds.
Yeah.
So we just happen to cross books.
All the time.
So they're not getting much hype when we get them because we don't really... Like, the reason I read Court of Thorns and Roses is because Micah told me to.
And you told me. And now we're obsessed, and it's... Well, I'm obsessed, and I live in the courts.
I like it. I love it.
I look around, and I'm like, oh, there's Autumn Court. That's Spring
She's
Court.
obsessed, which is fine. It's fine,
Everything's
really.
fine.
It is fine. I've been obsessed.
Twilight.
I'm still obsessed. And that's some... What? Anyways, I guess we're just rambling now. I gotta go.
All right, guys. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Please subscribe.
Subscribe.